It has been very difficult for me to make any videos, and one of the primary reasons it's so hard for me to make videos is that I can't think of anything to say when I'm making this stinking video. Now, to most of you, it would be common sense to write things down, right? Then I forget I have it. So, I was given advice from a new friend that I found online that also has some health issues, and she has a concern about it being multiple sclerosis. She found me on, I believe it's Eric's multiple sclerosis blog. I think that's what it's called. And she had asked me a whole bunch of questions that she didn't know the answers to. Well, answers is something I have. I have a lot of answers. And the reason I have a lot of answers is because I've been through a lot of problems. Now, the answers I have are not from reading books or listening to doctor seminars or my own education. It's because of experience. And I have so much experience, whether it be medical experience in the disease that I have of MS, or it be life experience, going all the way back from when I was a young child, you name it. I've pretty much figured out that no one can give me too many questions I can't answer. But I love to help and I love to try. So this is what we're going to do today. I was tied up all day trying to figure out how to get my camcorder to download onto my computer, which is now run by Windows 10, and now I can't get it to work. So what I'm going to do is I've turned to my basic webcam and I'm just making a video. So this is not a glamour video. I'm not trying to show off for anybody. This is just me trying to be useful to the community out there, whoever has a question about multiple sclerosis, or really, I don't know, even if it's something to do with something you have, just questions, I can answer them. And I can try to do the very best I can, and especially for diagnosis and symptoms, and it's a tough process, and it's even tougher if you're alone. So I'm making this video just for that very purpose. So I have this friend, and I'll use her first name. Her name is Robin, and she suspects she may have MS, and she's finally decided to go to a doctor and ask him to take her seriously and give her an MRI, which is a magnetic resonance imaging, resonance something imaging, MRI. And she did, and she had like one probably white, what they call demyelinization, or where you got some calcified or just dried up areas in your brain, and that's common for someone my age. I'm 45, she's in her 50s. So the doctor encouraged her to continue with the neurology appointment she has, and she asked me what I thought, and I encouraged her to definitely keep that appointment. But one thing that was really disappointing to her is that when she went to her doctor and she got like a bunch of blood taken, he came back with the results, and she said she was very disappointed because she was really hoping that there'd be something in that blood work that would tell the doctor, hey, she's not crazy. Well, I got that email from her that she was very disappointed, and gosh, I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like when you know that things are going on in your body, but no one seems to listen to you because they can't find what it is that you're talking about. Well, the thing about multiple sclerosis that I told her, and I'm going to tell you, is that there is no set test, whether blood or spinal fluid or any test that exists to diagnose multiple sclerosis. There is none. Basically, they go by symptoms that you report to them and symptoms alone. That takes a long time to get diagnosed because multiple sclerosis, in a lot of ways, there's several different types. There's a progressive multiple sclerosis that can just ravage someone's brain and body and nervous system over a period of months, and that's progressive MS. But I have relapsing remitting MS. Now that could take a long time to build up the kind of evidence on an MRI that a doctor can just look at and go, wow, you're sick with MS. So let me encourage you, if you're looking to see if a doctor will diagnose you, or you're in the process of thinking about telling your doctor about these weird sensations in your hands. Some people describe it as pins and needles. I'm going to describe it as I felt like there was a bug in between my two fingers, like it was moving, like I had a bug in between my two fingers when I brought them together, and I dropped something because of it, because I really thought there was like some freaky bug on my finger. Well, there wasn't. That's the kind of feelings that MS will give you. MS can give you pins and needles. MS can give you, I only had this one time, a hugging type of a sensation, like you have this strap around your body and it squeezes you like a belt. Only had it once. So I wouldn't even think that that would be something, that a doctor would just be like, oh, MS. Doesn't work that way. So keep a journal. Keep a record of what you feel, every little thing, when you had it, how long it stayed. All of these questions you may have, just put them all together and let me know. And I'm sure I probably rambled off the situation or the questions I was talking about, but talking is what I do, so I'm still good at that, and I'm good at answering questions. And like I said, the experience I have with MS is vast. I've had MS since I was 18 years old. They only recognized my MS in 2009. That's a long time to be bearing with a neurological disease by yourself. So I've taken in quite a deal of experience and information. But don't get discouraged. And when you go to the doctor, please don't expect to be diagnosed. That's the worst thing you could do. In fact, when my friend Robin got her blood test results, I wrote her back on her email and I said, no. That's actually a good sign. When you're getting your blood work done for a suspicious diagnosis of multiple sclerosis, they actually test you from everything from herpes all the way up to AIDS, because they have to rule out every other medical condition in the spectrum that could in any way be misdiagnosed as multiple sclerosis. They really don't have a test. I'm really not exaggerating. There is no test except to rule out by giving you every single test. So don't look to be diagnosed on your first visit. Don't be discouraged when they tell you there's nothing in your blood work. That's actually a good sign. That means that there's no other reason for you to have these symptoms. And prepare yourself to eventually have to go through a lumbar puncture or a spinal tap, because that clearly is the money symptom that they're looking for. They're looking for protein in your spinal fluid, and that comes from the dead brain cells flowing down into your nervous system. And that's not supposed to be there. And we'll leave that for another video, but I could try to explain it to you so you can understand. Okay, so send me your questions. Comment below. My email is littlesaveGirl@yahoo.com. And I'm going to try to make more of these. If I get questions, I'm going to get on and I'm going to try to answer them. Like I said, if you have anything to ask me, feel free to ask me and I'll do the best I can. I find this to be a very silly part of videos these days, but I'll say it just the same. No, I'm not a doctor. I didn't even graduate from high school. I have 4 children. I'm a high school dropout. I don't have any formal education in medicine. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just Tracy. And I've had a lot of life, and I think I can help a few people with some answers. So I want to say a special thank you to Robin, and I look forward to your comments and questions. And gosh, I hope I can be of use to someone, because I got to do something to help someone. I think that I can help someone. Robin said I helped her, but if I can't get to you, I can't help you. So this is your way of getting to me. So, okay. I guess that's it, and I thank you for stopping by, and let's start this off to a high note. Let's get some questions in so I can at least read them to you and give you the questions answered from my experience. Again, only my personal experience, no books here, no science degrees. Oops. Hello Kitty over there. That's my degree in Hello Kitty. Okay, great. Give me questions, let me help you, and I'll talk to you soon.